Hey, what's going on, everyone? A big welcome to another video. And in this video, I will be analyzing the game played today between Ian Nepomniachtchi and Ding Liren for the World Chess Championship match of 2023 held in Astana in Kazakhstan. And the game today ended in a draw. And this means that Ian Nepomniachtchi maintains his 1 point lead with 3 games to go. The next game will be on Wednesday now, and Ding Liren will have the white pieces and will be pressing for the equalizer. In this game, Ian Nepomniachtchi opened up with 1e4, his favorite move throughout his career. It's been his main weapon, not the only one, of course, because to reach that level, you need some kind of flexibility, but his main weapon. And Ding Liren replied with e5, his main weapon as well, and the move that he's played in every single game in this match where he faced 1e4, apart from the one game where he played the French defense, which probably surprised his opponent. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. We haven't seen the Petrov from Ding Liren after knight f6, which is also a very, very good opening. So yeah, he sticked with his main weapons after knight c6, bishop b5, the favorite move of Nepomniachtchi in this match. Other options are the Italian and the Scotch, but yeah, Nepomniachtchi prefers the Spanish. a6, which is the main weapon of Ding Liren, going for the Marshal. Bishop a4, of course, taking on c6 is also possible. That's the Spanish exchange, but it's considered not the best if you are playing for an opening advantage at this very high level, but fully playable, the Spanish exchange at a lower level. Bishop a4, knight f6, the main move, and now castles. d3 is also possible. So is knight c3, so is queen e2, so is taking on c6, but yeah, castles is the main move. And now bishop e7. Other options here are the open Spanish, like knight takes e4, are bishop c5, also b5, bishop b3, and bishop c5. Yeah, d6, I guess, is playable. There are other options too, but Ding Liren is going clearly for the Marshal. And here, 6d3. 6d3 is one of the best ways that White has at their disposal to avoid the Marshal. In the first game of this match, Nepomniachtchi preferred taking on c6 and playing rook e1. Personally, I was familiar only with the d3 move, to be honest. Yeah, d3 is another main move, just to show everyone what the Marshal is. After rook e1, then the main move is, now the threat is, first of all, bishop takes c6, d takes c6, knight takes c5. So what is played is b5, bishop b3, and now castles. Also possible is d6, of course, which leads to the more, let's say, traditional closed positions of the Spanish, like the Breyer, the Chigorin, the Zaitsev, those type of variations. But castles defines the Marshal, and here after c3, the Marshal gambit takes place after d5. d6 and transposing back is fully playable, of course. Apart from c3, the main anti-Marshal weapons are a4, h3, d4, and also d3. Also, another line, if you want to not play the main theory of the Marshal, is d4 in this position. Anyway, d63 was the choice by Nepomniachtchi, and here Ding Liren played b5. d6 is also playable, but b5 is the main move. Bishop b3 is the only move because the bishop has to go somewhere safe. I cannot stress enough how important is for White to preserve the light square bishop in the Ruy Lopez and also in the Italian. So yeah, here knight a5, of course, is not possible because knight takes on e5. So d6 was played, and now there is a threat of knight takes a5. In a previous game in this match, c3 was the choice by Nepomniachtchi, and he did win that game playing very nicely. However, here he went for a3. a4 is also possible, just to make you all aware. a3, though, was played. And this is the move that Peter Svidler recommends in his course on Chess24. Well, knight a5 was played, bishop a2, and now c5. Now knight c3 was played, bishop e6, and now bishop g5. Okay, after bishop g5, castles was played by black, bishop takes f6, knight d5, g6, queen d2, bishop g7. What has white achieved? Well, white has achieved full control of the d5 square and a very nice knight there. And yeah, a slight edge, a slight pull for white. The bishop that was left was bad. That's why black relocated that bishop to g7, because from e7 the bishop was not so effective. So that's why he goes back to g7 to protect the king as well. Yes, there is the bishop pair for black. However, the knights maybe are slightly better in this position. The knight on a5 also is not particularly good. It would need to come back to c6. So a slight pull for white. Knight g5, which was enabled by queen d2. And of course, the queen from d2 protects the knight on g5 from the queen on d8. Taking on e6 is a possibility. However, c4 was played, allowing taking on e6. Takes, and knight d3. Bishop h6, which pins the knight to the queen. Rook to d1, rook b8, taking on c4, knight takes c4, and now bishop takes c4, pawn takes c4, queen takes d6, queen takes d6, rook takes d6, an exchange of queens, doubling of the pawns, trade of rooks, rook takes b2, rook takes c6, rook takes c2, rook takes a6, rook a2. Okay, so white keeps an eye out on the pawn on a3, rook goes to c6, rook takes a3, rook takes c4, rook takes c3, king f2 hitting the rook goes to a3, and now rook to c5, a very important move, because now white is going to grab the pawn on e5, and not only grab the pawn on e5, but also protect their pawn on e4, so they will have an extra pawn. Black needs to play precisely in order to make the draw. After rook a2, king f3, rook a3, king g4, rook a2, king h3, protecting the pawn on g2, rook e2, rook takes e5, king f7, king g3, king f6, rook e8, king f7, rook e5, king f6, rook e8, king f7, rook e5, and a draw by threefold repetition. There is nothing absolutely that white can do in this position, because after they get attacked by king f6, for example, they have to go to e8, f7. Now they don't have enough squares. If they go to h8, of course, king g7 will follow. And if they go rook e8, king f7 will follow again. So white cannot avoid the repetition and keep in touch, protect their pawn on e4 both at the same time. So a draw was agreed. Ding Liren survived this game because white had a slight advantage, a slight pull. Even in the final position, they are a pawn down, but that's irrelevant. So precise defense by Ding Liren, and they are 1 point down. Probably it seems that Ding Liren is trying to make a draw with black and to press with white. So very interesting game is coming up on Wednesday. Keep your eyes peeled. You can watch live on Chess24 and other websites too, like Lichess, chess.com, you name it. And yeah, we will see if Ding Liren will be able to equalize the match, if it will be another draw. We have quite a few draws now in a row. Or if Ding Liren can, if Nepomniachtchi can make the surprise, let's say, and win with black. Maybe if Ding Liren overextends and seal the deal, basically, because if they win that match, then they will be 2 points ahead. And with 2 games left over, that would be a massive, massive advantage. So still everything to play for. A very, very exciting match. I'm really enjoying the games and the opening choices, I must admit. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you learned something new. I hope you took value from this video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you for taking the time to watch until the end. If you're a subscriber, I will catch you at the next video, and goodbye for now.